I live in a tiny gatehouse in a small village in Northern Ireland. It has a population of less than 300. Ireland is a really beautiful, romantic country. As much as I like to make it look like a fairy tale in my pictures, it's very much real life.
This is Relocated, where we tour the living situations of people who choose to live off the beaten path.
So this is the front door behind me. When you first walk into the gatehouse, this is the room that you enter. It's the kitchen. It's one of the only 2 rooms that would have been original to the house when it was first built. Because the houses were built in 1842, they didn't have like running water or electricity when they were first built, so there's been a lot of updates since then. All the colors that you see are like our own choices. We wanted to decorate and keep with kind of the outside and kind of manor house inspired looking. Back in the day, this house would have been servants' quarters, so they weren't really made to be very nice or special on the inside. So this is the living room, which is the other only original room to the house. This is probably where we spend most of our time. Again, it has really nice high ceilings, so we try to take advantage of that. We added all the shelves in here, all the pictures, all the color, all that was us. The windows here are original to the house, and they would have opened inwardly, which is why the window is so deep. So they no longer open anymore or function that way. We converted this into a window seat to try to maximize this space here, and it actually ended up being where I do most of my work and spend most of my day. As you can see, we don't have like a dining room area or anything like that. So this is actually a fold down table. It's really great because it folds back up so it doesn't take any floor space when we're not using it as a table, and it has a little bit of storage within it. And then we keep the chairs for it over here right behind like where the stair is. Most of the space in this house is kind of like upward rather than sideways. Good boy, one more time. So when you walk downstairs, you are now in the bedroom. This and the bathroom are the only other 2 rooms in the house because you're kind of underground here. This area is really dark. There's not much natural light, which is nice when you want to sleep in the morning, but it does make your bedroom feel kind of like a cave. The low ceiling doesn't help much either. I'm not much of a minimalist when it comes to clothes especially. We got these IKEA wardrobes, which are just simple and functional. It was a little bit hard to set them up in here because they're so close to the ceiling. And we actually have a little bit of additional storage for clothes under the bed as well. So this is the bathroom. It's actually, I think, pretty good size for the size of the house. A lot of people go really minimal when they are in tiny houses with white walls and everything like that, but we decided to have a lot of fun. It's a really bright salmon color in here to kind of bring a bit more life and personality into these rooms. We rent the gatehouse, and it's actually very affordable. Because it is such a small space, it doesn't cost much to heat it or electricity. The costs associated with living here are less financial and more associated with like the fact that I live really far from my family, and that's difficult. And then also for me, it's been very expensive, the visa process, which I wasn't quite aware how complicated or ongoing it would be when I first moved here. And then for me personally as well, it hasn't been as easy to get jobs. I've had a couple jobs that were interested in hiring me to work remotely and then changed their mind and wanted me to work closer to them, and that would require me relocating, so I had to choose either keep my job or stay in this village in the gatehouse, and I chose the gatehouse. Through living here, I've come to really love living in a smaller space. It makes me value what I have and be more critical about what I bring into my house, and it makes me not want to have as much. I'm still never going to be a minimalist, but I think I could also continue living in small spaces in the future. We're not sure how much longer we'll live in the gatehouse. We love it. I think ultimately that's what we're looking for, is we're looking for a place we can own, but we're gonna have to love it as much as we love our current house because it's kind of a special house.